Here we have it. I've been at Etsy again and I am having a good time. I've actually kind of almost replaced my Pinterest screen time the past couple of weeks with Etsy, and I'm feeling really good about it. While I've been scrolling, I've not only been thinking about myself, but I've also been thinking about you guys and some of the things like I look at on here. I'm like, I feel like you guys might like them. So we're going through my Etsy favorites again today. I haven't made an Etsy video in a really long time, but I've actually been kind of on a vintage Marc Jacobs kick. I haven't bought anything yet, but I have really been liking to look at them, and specifically like their old vintage heels and shoes. I just think they're like so different and fun, but at a good price point still. And that brings me to my first find on here, these heels. Okay, I love these. I love the pattern on them, like the print, but I also really like the little cutout detail right there. And they're like a little kitten heel, and I think they'd be so cute on someone. And if they were my size, I'd buy them. How much are they? 52 bucks? Like, look at them from the front view. I feel like that's like where I'm thinking of, you know? Like, as I'm looking at them, I'm like, I like those a lot. These with like a furry scarf or something. I just love that idea. And again, they're in really good shape too. So I don't know, something about these Marc Jacobs shoes. I need to find some. I wonder, I haven't actually checked Poshmark yet, because Poshmark, I will say, the only negative I have about Etsy is that it is harder to sort by size, I feel like, / I feel like not everything comes up when I put my size in. Like, I'll put it in and then a day later I'll see like a bunch more in my size of the thing I was looking for. And I was like, those did not come up. And I can't beat a kitten heel. I really do. As I wear other kinds of heels, like I have these Cezanne ones, which I feel like I would wear 10 times more if the heel was just like even at the halfway point here, because these are so cute. And I really like them. They're actually really comfortable for how high they are, but I do just think I'd wear them a little bit more if the heel was shorter. And now this jacket, which I feel like has been on my wish list for, I want to say months, but I almost feel like it's longer than that. And I've been trying to thrift one. I thrifted something similar recently, but this color is speaking to me with the color of fur around the hood or whatever. It's so good. I feel like it's just one of those like classic aviation style coats, jackets. Has a little zipper. This makes me feel I follow this girl on TikTok, and I hope I'll be able to find her when I'm editing this, but her style reminds me a lot of what, like, if I could take 2014 style and morph it into now what I'm interested in from the things back then, she gives that to me. Or not 2014, I always just say that because it's like, I put like 2010 to like 2016 all in 2014, although 2014 in and of itself is very distinct. But, and this feels like that to me. And if it was a size men's large, I would even buy it just to try, because that's how much I really like this. I really like the buttons here too. And you know what? Dare I say that's something that I think they're getting better at it now, but a lot of the brands now, we need more like differentiation between button details. You know, like I need something more interesting than just a middle simple button, and specifically like the tortoiseshell buttons. Not everything needs a tortoiseshell button. A little handmade find that I'm throwing in here because I really, really like these, and it's actually been on my list to try some sort of handmade drink cup, because right now I'm just using, you know, a normal mason jar that's so unappetizing, but I want something with a little bit more oomph to it, you know, and a handmade piece sounds really great. And let's see how stripes, 17 bucks, not bad either. And I think that, like, let me see all of the reviews, they all look so pretty, and they remind me of like the Delft tiles, which I love so much. And I think that that's what I want, like, all of my dishware to be dishwasher safe. See, that's what I'm talking about. I want the stripe one. I want one stripe one, and or maybe like a mix like that with both. This is a hashtag who remembers, because oh my god, a Marc Jacobs perfume, ideal. Like Marc Jacobs Daisy, the scent of that is ingrained within me. Like it runs through my blood, and I think that like as soon as I think of it, I can smell it. It's one of those fragrances, and it is a little pricey, but that is why we're so excited that Dossier actually makes their own version of it, and they're sponsoring today's video, which I find very exciting because, again, this is one of my all-time favorite scents. This is Floral Violet by Dossier. Again, their version of Marc Jacobs. If you haven't heard me talk about Dossier before, they make their own versions of iconic scents for a much lower price point. And again, Marc Jacobs Daisy, I would say, is one of the most iconic fragrances, because I just feel like majority of people I talk to, especially people who are into fragrance, know what that is and like. I feel like it's pretty universally liked. I recently pulled this back out after finding the vintage Marc Jacobs one. I was like, wait, I swear I have a Dossier version of that because I miss it so much. And I used to think it's more of like a spring summer, but I'm like, I actually think it could go through fall really nicely, and it has actually for me. I feel like it has that kind of depth with the floral sense, and I'm not super floral, but this has always been a floral that I've liked because it's so sweet and kind of fruity still. Like the top notes are actually all fruit. Watermelon, pomelo, strawberry. I did not know that. I actually don't know that I've ever had a scent with strawberry, and I didn't know that this had it. Middle notes, violet, gardenia, jasmine, and then musk, vanilla, and blonde woods. Again, so to me, any sort of fruit and floral has to have some sort of musk to it, and I think that's why I like this so much. And again, one of my all-time favorites, but Dossier has so many to choose from. If you have any sort of like iconic scent that you remember really liking from before, or currently you just want to try out from a bigger brand like Dior, Maison Margiela, Tom Ford, anything that you can think of, I always say check Dossier first. All of their perfumes are clean and non-toxic and cruelty-free. So if you guys want to check them out, I will link them down below. And thank you to Dossier for sponsoring. And just a reminder that they have Daisy. I saw this Cinderella clear kitten heel shoe, vintage 90s mod pump. And I'm like, this is iconic. First of all, look at the shape of the shoe. I feel like it looks really nicely made, and it looks really comfortable as well, which I do think would be, I don't think I'd find myself saying often. I might be wrong, but with a shoe like this, like PVC or plastic or whatever, and it really does look like a glass slipper, and the adult version of like the kids dress up shoes. And I just think like, imagine those with a fun sock or a tight, like kind of like how they have going here. I just think clear things like that, clear bags, I've kind of always thought this, you can make whatever you want out of them, you know what I mean? You can wear them with any outfit, any colors, because you can just customize them with whatever else is in them. And I love these. Look at them styled. See? With the tights, the red tights, I think that would be so cute. And they have different sizes, but only go up to a 10. And back to our Marc Jacobs grind here, because again, a lot of these are going to be vintage Marc Jacobs, but I saw this jacket. It is a size extra small, so again, not my size, but it is so cute. And again, more pockets on jackets. Please. I love a pocket. I love pocket details. I think this looks so cute, and I love the shade of denim. And again, like the little shoulder or elbow patches. Just looks really well constructed, you know? $100, which does seem kind of steep. I don't know. I don't know much about like vintage Marc Jacobs and like the price points there. Another one, this bag. I'm really, really severely, I should have pulled the trigger on a Chloe Paddington bag. I knew it. I don't know. I've never really had a bag like that, and that's why I didn't pull the trigger on it, but it's just kind of more like hardware-y than what I'm used to. And so I wanted to find something like at a lower price point, and I really like this because it kind of looks mini, doesn't it? Okay, about 14 inches wide. Okay, that's actually a little bit bigger than I thought it was. I think that's actually a really good size, and I really like that. So that is on, again, on my list. Look at this. Okay, this is a rare find. It's totally more expensive, but Louis Vuitton by Marc Jacobs, fall 2004, ready-to-wear tartan blouse. I just, for some reason, I feel like I find a lot of things, and this one's I'm looking at more so for inspiration because I do find so many, I think, that look like this at the thrift store. It gave me kind of an itch for like a tie-neck blouse with this, like with the big sleeves, which this always reminds me of Jess from New Girl. It's so beautiful, obviously well-made looking because Louis Vuitton, but look at the styling here. I really like this too, and especially like her makeup with it. Also could be made. I have not had time to make anything on my list. I think I jinxed myself with making like a 2025 project wish list, and I've made like nothing on it. Anyway, on a more positive note, this also pricey, rare find, but it reminds me a lot of Simone Rocha's more recent runways, maybe Cecily Bonson in a way. No, probably more so Simone Rocha, but I think this is vintage. 100% silk black vintage dress, and I just think it's like the sweetest, most beautiful, almost kind of sexy still dress, and I love it so much. I love the neckline. I love that it looks like kind of sheer and that it's silk, and the like ribbon kind of trimmy detailing on it, kind of like cage-like, and I really just think that this is so aspirational, like as a dress. I think like I need more just simplistic dresses that have personality. And this is like a little black dress that has personality. This would be a cute holiday dress if you have like a cute holiday party to go to. This is a really good one. Or even like a wedding. This is a cute like fall winter wedding dress. Black tie wedding dress. Alas, we're at another really pricey one. I didn't actually realize these were $630, but again, more aspirational than anything. They're beautiful. This color is gorgeous. The shape, they have like this sort of, I don't even want to say cork because they do look really classic to me, but they're so fun. And I just think a pair of heels like this would do me really well in life, you know? Pistachio. Maybe that's why I like them. I seem to like everything that is pistachio. Unless it's artificial, you know, when you see a pistachio muffin and it's a lime green. More in my wheelhouse. Again, size 8. Like, look at the cutout on the side. They're not in the best shape or anything, but they are really beautiful. And again, the personality. I've been watching a lot of Dancing with the Stars, and Bruno, I just love them. And the stripes on the heels, you can't get much better than those. You know what? And the quality of these, I try to think of brands that nowadays are making things like this. Jeffrey Campbell's one that I feel like the quality's there a little bit more. Like Katy Perry has a shoe line, right? So much potential because she has such quirky, fun shoes, but the quality, every time I've found some or felt them, don't feel the best. But I also never owned some, so let me know if I'm wrong about that. But I need more quirky, affordable shoe brands and options. So again, maybe they exist and I just haven't come across them, so let me know. But I really like these. I mean, Marc Jacobs, again, when these were like coming out, I'm not saying they were affordable, but I guess that's why I go vintage. I'm talking myself into a black hole. But I saw these and they felt really like now. You know, they're like this little peep toe. Again, I feel like I've been seeing this kind of style on the runway a lot lately. And they're just like a classic black heel. I just feel like I could do well with a pair of black heels like this. They're not too big of a heel either. Marc by Marc Jacobs. Another pair. Sorry, they're all Marc Jacobs, but this peep toe, I just think these are delicious. Pattern on them and the like how it cuts off there, so it's still like very classy and classic feeling to me personally, with the buttons. Marc Jacobs buttons. Another little handmade mug. This spoke to me because I love these leaves in this kind of plant. It starts with an A and I can't think of it right now, but I really liked these. Are so beautiful, and I like that that's like the handle on the mug. I'm like so in love with them, and I think that these would be such a good gift idea. Do you not? I really like am drawn to this one here specifically. And then another thing, more quirky mug. I'm looking for like a vegetable mug, and I don't know what kind. I would love maybe like a little turnip one, a little cabbage one would be great, but I see them at the antique store all the time, so I probably would wait until I could just grab them in person at an antique store, but I don't mind the idea of buying them on Etsy. Like, I love this with like the green onions. I just think they're fun and cute, and actually I feel like they feel very fall to me. Oh, you get them in pairs. Oh, onion, radish. Radish, that's the word I was thinking of. Squash. Oh, I get it. That is a squash. Fitz and Floyd Vegetable Garden Coffee cups, hand painted. Wow. Okay, something major on my list, you guys. Some sort of waist drawstring. Again, I'm still like waiting out on that Doms and Matter rain jacket that has that, because I found it on Nordstrom and it looked like it was in stock because it's always on back order every time I look at it. But I found it on Nordstrom and it wasn't on back order, and I was like, oh, I can try that. Didn't have my size. They only had like one size, so I'm like, maybe that was a return or something. I don't know. I really liked this vintage kind of like parka thing. I really like the color of it. I think it's really cute. Again, especially cinched in like this. $145 though. I didn't notice that. Vintage blue faux leather moto style jacket. Just a good color of leather, right? Again, imagine this with a more like burgundy bag. It's really gorgeous. It's in pretty good shape, I feel like. $34. That feels really good. So anybody, this is really good. I think I'll be able to link everything down below, everything that I'm talking about, but this is a really good one. Major Swedish motorcycle style jacket with like this kind of an asymmetrical button line like this. There's something so utility about it, and something that I feel like, again, I'm pinning all the time, and I've been talking about those, but I've been finding them on Etsy a lot, and I really like them, and I like this green color a lot. $106, and I think they have different sizes. Oh, I might grab one of these eventually. I also really like this one. This is, I think, from the same brand. Let's see. Outback Bold. I really like that too, with the all black. That's really good. And again, just styled with a pair of like baggy trousers and maybe some like ballet flats. I'd keep it pretty simple. And then yeah, alas, a fencing jacket. I found this and I was like, ooh, this is exactly what I feel like I need in my life. Again, more size options. Outback Bold, the same place. That's the place to go for jackets. They have good reviews. Epic will be warm in the winter. Okay. Hell yeah. 4.5 out of 5. Oh, but they only have 8 reviews. Anyway, and then I found this little peplum top. It's so cute. The collar and front on it with the big buttons. Just stunning. And this specific, like, color way that is happening with the plaid. Another thing that I found on my sailor journey. But I really liked this because it kind of felt like a little bit weird to me. It feels like it's supposed to look as if, you know, you have like a sweater thrown over your shoulders, which I kind of just loved the idea of. And it kind of just looks that way from the back too, but still very sailor-esque. I don't know. Perceptions by Irene B. Size 8. I love a plaid skirt. And this one looks long too, which I really, really appreciate. $70. Size 16. Again, I wear my like vintage wool skirts so often, especially like my plaid ones. I just think they go with so many things. I love wearing them with like a graphic t-shirt. That's like my favorite. And I really just, again, this shade of blue. Okay, I don't know if I've shared this with you guys, but something that again is super high on my list right now is a motorcycle aviation kind of helmet hat situation. And this vintage leather one for the winter time, so good. Like imagine it. You're just wearing like your, you know, your jacket, your winter coat, and you have that on. I think that's so cute. Specifically for fall. I feel like it'll look way cuter in the fall, but winter too. $125 though. Again, peek on my list, and if I had time to knit one of these, I would try, but I really, really, really like this bonnet, and I specifically like that it has the little cat ears. I want a cat ear bonnet so badly, and I think that with the sequins, it's like a need. I don't know whether I'd get the gray. Look at, they have the black silver. I kind of like, or just with the black sequins, but I kind of like the black silver too. She does a really good job of them. Let's see. Knit accent, gray mohair cat bonnet with sequins. I did go down a little train on like vintage hair accessories and hair clips and things. And this one is totally like, it's pricey, especially for a hair clip, $126, but it's so like pretty and delicate. And look at this, especially against like this perfect blonde hair. I love that, but it's so cute to me. Obsessed with it. Made in France. It's a mannequin. I was like, no wonder, like that hair looks perfect. And those are actually all of my Etsy favorites. I tried to narrow it down because I don't want this video to be like so overwhelming with like 8 million things in it, but I could do that if I really, if you wanted to see that. But anyway, I'll do another one soon if you guys would like to see that, or if maybe I should do like dedicated ones, like, or I can find what you guys are looking for on Etsy. That could be fun too. So I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being patient with me. I've been kind of MIA in here. I posted on my stories yesterday, but all of our free time has been like dedicated to cats that we found under our porch. We finally got them in. Maybe I'll do a vlog and you can meet them at some point, but thank you so much for your patience and being here. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you next time. Have the best day. It is so dark. You would think it's not 3:15 p.m. It's about to storm, so talk to you later.